Hello, Younger Old here, and welcome to my channel. Well, how the time does fly. It's been almost 2 years since I've had this GTR, so I thought I'd do a review on it and what it's like after 2 years of ownership. So stay tuned and watch the intro. Now, firstly, the GTR and myself have both failed to lose weight. We are both still a bit on the heavy side, so no changes there then. I have to admit, this bike has been faultless, apart from a little lie the warning lights told me, twice now. And it basically told me that my fob battery was low, but the fob seems to be fine. I had another warning light about my front tyre pressure being low, but that was the truth. I did have to have a new battery fitted as the other one was sort of dying rapidly, and I've had 2 new tyres fitted, which were both Road Pilot 6s, and they perform 100% fantastically on this bike. They're so good in the wet. But at the end of the day, these are just consumables, and they will always wear out and always need replacing. Oil and filter changes have been done, but apart from that, not once have I had to top the oil up, so it's not losing or burning any oil at all. So reliability wise, it's been spot on, and what more could we want from the bike? I don't even seem to have picked up sort of many more scratches on it. I don't know, maybe the paint and lacquer finish seems to be tough enough and is quite resilient. Now this is good for me because I'm not the keenest guy on cleaning bikes. I don't do it as often as I should. Now these bikes do come with a centre stand, but despite the weight, it's fairly easy to get in off and on the stand. I still haven't decided whether to swap the screen to a clear one. I do love the look of the tinted one, but it's not good for filming through if I have it fully up. I do look out for bargain ones, and then if I see one I like, I can always get it, but then I can always swap back to the tinted one and not lose too much money if I don't like it. For those who haven't seen my 6 and 12 month ownership videos, check them out. But to recap, this bike is meant for touring. It's big and comfy, with enough power to lose your licence very quickly. I do a bit of solo touring, but I mostly tour up with my wife, and the insane amount of luggage she thinks she needs to take with her. I take my camera equipment, power, jump starter, tyre inflator. So to say we go fully loaded with the top box panniers and tank bag full is an understatement, and yet the bike still copes with it all very well. Yes, you've got to park it wisely because of the weight, as pushing this beast about is not a lot of fun on your own. When you're riding over 10 miles an hour, the weight feels fine and the bike is quite nimble. On a talk tour, the bike will cope with speed very well. I was in the UK with a maximum of 70 miles an hour, but the bike just cruises along at lowish revs. I know it would tour almost double that speed, but I don't want to lose my licence, and the wife doesn't really like speed, so I tend to stay around the legal limit. Mine also came with the crash bars, which are really good. And it did save any damage when I laid it down on the drive, and actually not a scratch, and the bike was gained. Mine also came with one of these Akrapovic, or how you pronounce it, end cans. I don't know if it makes the sound any better, but it does look better than the standard one. Would I pay around £1,000 for this if it hadn't been already fitted? Maybe not. I have bar risers on mine as well, but here again, I didn't buy them. I actually found them in one of the panniers when I got the bike. So I thought, oh well, may as well fit them. I have to admit, as I am 6'2", they do make a bit of difference. So I just kept them on. I must admit, the mirrors on these are absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've ever had better position mirrors on any bike. It gives me a really good view of what's going on behind me. And this is the one of the later generations. We actually have heated grips fitted, and they are on now because it's a cold morning, but we lose the storage box there for some reason, and we've got a smaller one there. A friend of mine got rid of his GTR. The reasons being, he's actually got quite a lot of bikes anyway, and he wasn't really using it much. Plus it was a little bit heavy for him getting it in and out of the garage. So he sold it to his son. But at least he can still have a ride on it should he want one. I've also spoken to two ex-owners who were both new bike devotees and couldn't get new ones in the UK anymore. I think the newest was about 2020. But they both admitted they would have one if they still did new ones here in the UK. So what would I have been riding if I didn't have the GTR? Well, it would have probably been the Yamaha FGR 1300 or the Pan-European. And I suppose if I had to change from this, I'd either look at one of the BMW 1200 or 1250 RTs, or maybe the new Honda NT 1100, which looks a quite light, capable touring bike. There won't be as much room, and also you haven't got a shaft drive, but it's something I'd look and consider. Even if you didn't ride or tour up, or you don't tour at all, it's still a good bike. But to be honest, there have been many more suitable choices you could have. But if you do either of the mentioned, touring, tour up work, this bike should be on your choice to look at least. It will take you anywhere, doing long distances at very fast speed, but in quite some comfort. So what can I say about the GTR? Well, it's been a remarkable bike. It does everything I ever want it to do, and just twist that throttle and the power's there. So for a big bike, it's quite happy potting along at 20 mile an hour in town, or like this stuff behind a horse box. When you want the power, it's there. Okay, so we're in third gear, going just over 30 mile an hour. Give it a handful, and there's the power, straight up to the Nationals like that. Don't need to change down again. Right, so I'm in 4th gear now, still only doing 30 mile an hour. Give it the throttle, and here again. Picks up speed even in 4th gear like that. So, very responsive gearbox. It's just a pleasure to ride. And again there, pulled away in 4th gear, no problem. So I hope this information has been useful, especially if you either own a GTR or you're considering buying a GTR. If you do enjoy the video, please do the tick to like and subscribe. But as always, take care, ride safe, and bye for now.